So, my dear Sagittarius, this is your reading for the month of Pisces, which means it's a very interesting month that the Sun is in Pisces and in the Moon. And the Moon is in your sign. So, it's a very interesting combination going on all month. I'm like seeing this interconnection between Sun and Moon and deep subconscious and higher conscious, and how it plays out with the fact that each sign is in the Moon and the Moon is in the Sun. So there's a lot of light giving you the possibility to look deep down into your subconscious, and the longing to come out of the collective subconscious, right? That's what it is, that we come out and then we become from the wolf the dog, and then we go further up and we're reaching higher up, and we're going from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And that is this big wobble the earth does. The right spinning readings are the 24 hours the earth spins around its own axis, right? And then of course also spins around the Sun to the right in 365 days. But the left spinning reading that I give you once a year on your full moon is due to this wobble the earth does. And this wobble is 25,800 years long. And then we divide it through the 12 zodiac signs and we become an age. And we're currently moving from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. So what's really beautiful is that we see the path up, right? Even in the Piscean card. So everything is about going up, but also we have to come down. And so this angel has come down to show us how it's done, that the dualities, that the inhale and the exhale is something that we need. We need this opposite energy to actually realize that I exist right in the center. I mean, it's really powerful and beautiful, right? What these cards are really telling us. So here is Neptune ruling Pisces, and Neptune is the mystic, the guru, the dreamer, the movies that we're now creating with the age of Aquarius, the new technologies that everybody can make a movie now. So right, from my room, I can bring you this video, and it's happening now more and more that this is the norm. And you are ruled by Jupiter, the planet of luck, the planet of fortune, the planet of everything comes and goes and shifts and changes. And of course, Pisces is the 12th house of self-loss, and you are the 9th house of philosophy, right? So you're the number 9, and in that is a completion, and in that is also a shift to then becoming the 10. The yoga position that I give, of course, Pisces, is fish pose with down dog and upward facing dog. And for you, I give you forward bend, and within you, you recognize then the guardian angel, a sacred geometrical pattern here out of 5 circles, because you're the card number 14. And of course here, calculated together, we have then 5 rings, which creates this pattern. And in that pattern, we see the angel, right? That's what people see. When they see an angel, it's actually a sacred geometrical pattern that they see. So that's to the major arcana, and this moment exists only once a year, right? So that's why I'm doing the reading exactly on the day the moon is in your sign. You are the Knight of Wands if your birthday is between November 13 and December 11. this is your court card. If not, please look below in the description. And so now you see also that there are characters that go to the left, and then there are characters that go to the right. And it means the left is the soul path and the right is the human path. So here you are, knowing deep inside of you that these adventures that only you really want to take on, right? It's your fire and fire. And you have the thighs to hold the horse that goes up like that. And that's your body part, your thighs. You also know that deep within you, the soul is making you go and want this adventure, because that's why the soul comes down into a physical body, to experience this life here. Now, going back to the last reading, where we had the Aquarian Sun highlighting the Sagittarius Moon, and the message was you give birth to new ideas and even a child. So you had the Empress, and the Empress is birth and fertility. Then you had the Hand of God, and you had the Eagle, a very beautiful message here to give birth to new ideas. And of course, even a child is, yeah, it's the most beautiful thing, right? Because a child is something completely new, right? This child has never existed before, and so we should really celebrate that. So now we go in the right spinning. I have altogether 9 major arcanas here, and then your court card. I'm pulling a card for your court card as well. And so let's begin this reading on the position of the Fool. Now the Fool is always that foolish idea, the zero, the not visible God, the God that's existing in that big void. And that's where the soul is connected to, and the soul is literally saying, I have this thought, I have this idea, I have this feeling. And here comes Capricorn, and Capricorn is the social status that we climb and sometimes get attached to. So just watch. We're going to see what comes after this. Just watch how you envision the social status, because social status is what? To you. Is it worth to feel attached to something that maybe is in the end not giving you really that success or that feeling? And of course, we all somehow want to achieve things, because the soul has that foolish idea to say, okay, I'm going to even jump off this cliff. And even the white dog is not holding him back, right? So what is it that you still want to achieve? And why do you want to achieve it? And interesting enough, there's a face in his belly. And of course, there's a triangle that's pointing upward. It's this active, I want to reach up in the heavens, the energy of I am someone in this world. I want to show the world what I can achieve. On the position of the Magician comes the circle, the number 8. And so beautiful to see that the 8, which is the infinite symbol here above his head, is coming right after. And so this climbing up into the social status is something that never ends. No matter how many times you've been here in this planet, there is always, as long as you are a human being, there's always this desire to achieve something, to create something, to want something. It doesn't mean that this has to be negative, right? The church created something negative out of Capricorn. But there is also something about even a Dalai Lama is wanting to achieve the fact that a lot of people recognize the growth cycle and the spiritual enlightenment that comes by going up only to the third eye, where we see then the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th, and the 10th chakra, right? Each system has different amount of chakras, right? So we know in the yogic tradition there are 7, but there are other traditions they say there are 12. And so the number 8 is speaking to you as that circle. And if you are in a specific circle of people where you feel you can climb your status and you are not attached to the outcome, right? Then, and you can see that this is a triangle that's pointing downwards through the heads, and here the attachment to it is pointing in a triangle downwards, and that's the feminine triangle. The triangle that's pointing upwards, that's the masculine triangle. And as you can see, this triangle is not crossing each other, and it's not creating the Star of David or the hexagram, right? So the lines are touching to this head, but also this is going down here. So it's actually like this. Right? It's like this. The triangle is pointing upwards, and it's a triangle that's pointing downwards. And it's really interesting that you are now in the circle, getting that feeling. How much are you really willing to attach yourself for something that maybe is infinitely something that in the end we all want, but without any attachment. Just remember, do not attach yourself, right? That's the only message that I can give you through this card. And then comes on the position of the High Priestess, which is your intuition, right? See, she acts on this intuitive energy. He has the inspiration, and the Fool is just that original idea, right? That original idea that says, there is still something I want to climb, right? There is something that I want to achieve. Just be careful that you're not getting attached to it. And so the inspiration comes then through the circle, through these people that are giving their handprint into a circle. We have white, we have red, and we have green and brown. And so the Princess of Cups, the Princess of the Palace of the Floods, is speaking here, and we see how the dolphin is now jumping into this card. And the Palace of the Floods is like anything with water that we feel emotional attached to as well, right? Is now here your intuition, because she is the one that is clearly acting upon her intuition, like he is acting upon his inspiration, and like the Fool is acting upon this idea, this foolish idea, right? A lot of people say, well, that's a foolish idea. You crazy? Well, that's what the soul brings to you. And here you have now the 3 water elements, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And so these are the young generations of emotional new creativity, emotional new perspectives that you are able now to dive in yourself, right? Because you're standing here on this lake or river, and you are reconnecting to this young generation, and you see how the dolphin is literally facing the soul path. You have a turtle and you have a swan, and you have the power now to be newly engaged, newly emotional engaged through the Piscean influence of the sun in Pisces, in the moon. And this is the feeling that you get, right? This is your intuition is gonna tell you, okay, act upon this circle. Let this circle guide you, because then on the position of the Empress comes the Sun. And the Sun is the number 19, which then becomes a 10. So you have here already the number 15, which becomes a 6. And the 6 are the triangle that's pointing up and the triangle that's pointing down, but usually it's the hexagram. And here, of course, like I said, it's this shape. Nevertheless, the 15 is the 1 that's then acting upon the circle, the 1 on the magician, right? And the 5 is the 5 senses, which here you get all these hands. 8 hands. 8 times 5 is 40. Right? 5, the fingers. So in the end you have then a 4 in the circle, which is take responsibility in how you act upon your next moves and how you act upon in that responsibility that you want to be seen. And so the sun, which is in Pisces, is bringing you through the Empress a clear vision to act upon these emotions, to act upon even maybe this attachment, this foolish idea, and to make it a success. Because the 1 again is then in here the cycle on the magician, right? The cycle came up, and of course the 9 is the completion, and the 9 is your 9th house of philosophy. So there is something really strongly inspiring you and bringing to you now a success, because these two are the 2 cups here that you are constantly exchanging back and forward, right? And here now bringing you then the 10, the 1 and the 0 is now through this circle. There's going to be the sun, the inspiration, that clarity, that success that you want to then bring into this group of people, right? Into your personal circle. And then comes you, who is walking towards the sun, and here comes the King of Pentacles, an earth sign, a Taurus, and this Taurus is sitting here looking over and saying, yes, everything good, everything amazing. The sun is in your favor, so now you can reap what you've sown, and you sit here and you are really fulfilled. You really, through this Taurus energy, know that you have the power to create through the circle, create this emotional connection with all these people, be successful, and then even have the stability, the new establishment that Taurus represents is all the finances, the banks, and the insurance, that you have that, because the corn here is, it's like money, it's food, right? Food is money. And so you are noticing here then through the Knight of Wands that you are becoming someone that's quite established and quite strong in the way you are working in this world. And then on your position comes the Pages of Swords, right? And those are all the air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And here she is the child of the swords, and she is the one that brings the new message to the people. And you are getting the message because you are connected with Jupiter, and Jupiter is also that empowerment, right? So you got here the arrow. You are the sign of the bow and arrow, right? This is your symbol. the bow and arrow right here. And the bow and arrow is pointing at this light, is pointing into the soul, and is letting you know, yeah, you are coming from the soul when you are now doing whatever it is you're doing. So recognize that you are now connecting mentally to bringing the new information of the age of Aquarius, of a new way of working with each other. And yes, we can have a social status that we want to climb up, but do not get attached. And then comes Pisces. On the position of Pisces, of the moon, comes the 10 of Pentacles. A lot of money. And this money is literally giving you the feeling that anything is possible. And this is where Pisces brings you the feeling that if you climb up that social status and you are getting a lot of money, just always be careful that you are not getting attached to it, because that's what money does. And so you have to remember that there is more to this than you think. And the pattern is so beautiful, right? We have this square here, and we have a square here, and we have the 5, 5, but we also have a 4 here. And we can create here a triangle. And of course we can create here this triangle. And again, there's a triangle pointing down. There's a triangle pointing up. I mean, it's like this is the pattern, right? That creates then these beautiful stones, right? And that's what it's about. To know that this is understanding the mathematics, the financial stability of a 10, which comes with this 10-10 portal. And it's like it's saying, if you mentally focus into the success, into the sun, into the uniting of dualities, then a really big success is coming to you. If you focus, just focus clearly your mind into it. 10-10, 2 times 10 is then the creativity to maintain that. And then comes again on the moon an oracle card of Viloldo, and the number 9 here with the dances on one foot, the balancing act. So it means when you have this kind of money, it means that you have to really be clear in how you work and how you manage things, because here's a 9 as well, and the 19, right? And know that you always find here the inner circle. And it's really interesting, I just see the circle here on the floor where they're standing in. And so now if you see the circle in this perspective and in this perspective, you are in that circle. And beautifully enough, we have him standing on his left foot in the circle and her standing on her right foot in the circle. And so the 9, the completion, brings you standing here on one foot, dancing through the responsibilities a lot of money brings. A lot of people want a lot of money, but then they don't realize how much responsibility it takes to maintain it and to stay focused in the success and to hold it for a long time. It's work, but it shouldn't be work. It should be something that you want to do anyway. And then on the position of the sun comes here this animal, the plants and the growth cycle. So you balance yourself out, and we know that the sun is in the moon, and the sun has come, and the success is to work things out through nature, watch nature, how nature does things. And here she stands on one foot, and here we have the interconnection through the mushroom, through the plant kingdom that is giving us food and medicine and connects us with each other. Same way here, all these lights are connecting this moose with the forest, and everything is connected. And that's the true success that we should look for. That's the true success that we should work for, or actually make money. And this is why you want your social status to be successful. But do not get attached. I say it again and again. And this is a 19. And so you have a 1919 portal. And you have 3 times the 9, which is power in the completion, power in the philosophy that you love to study. Then we have 3 times the 10. Right, I'm going to put this down for a moment. 10, 10, 10. 3 times 10 is power in completing something and maintain it and go to the next level. Right? And here you are, successfully knowing that you have worked not on the social status, but on interconnecting yourself with others, and knowing that everything has a reason, because now we have the world, and on the world comes the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Graces, and this is the number 21, and of course this is the 3. The 21 becomes a 3, so you have a 3-3 portal here. And the world is literally saying, yes, then I am with you. I'm helping you if you remember that everything is belief, hope, and love. And in that you will do the right things. In that you will know that the 3 air signs and that the 3 water signs are talking to you, and that you are connected, and that you're connected, and that you can emotionally now feel that Pisces is bringing you up into the sky, that emotionally you are able to evolve, like Pisces is showing you how to evolve, is to go up the path, up to the mountain, and be closer to the stars, be close to the age of Aquarius. And then the social status, the climbing up here, is not anymore that, oh, all I want is to be successful. It's like this social status is something that you want because you have the desire to evolve further. You focus and bring this new type of thinking into the world, and you have your cycle, you have your group, and you have the people with whom you feel at home with to do this, right? To do this because the money is flowing. There is then a lot of money because the 10 of Pentacles is always Mercury in Virgo, and Mercury is the messenger of the new type of thinking, right? Because she is, if I put it here, actually focusing on this goal. She's focusing into the center of the 10, the 1 and the 0. Always remember, this is where the new type of thinking comes from, and you are going to be successful in that. Wow, what a beautiful message. I hope I see you in the next reading, because that's when the Earth spins in such a way that we see Aries behind the Sun. And Aries is the head, is the new type of thinking, right? But Aries is also fire. Aries is also bringing now then the Sun in Aries, right? Bringing you the new messenger of thinking, the type of thinking that is now bringing the connection to the age of Aquarius and the fire, right? So the fire and water to create a new paradigm, to create what it is that we want to create in our head, in our mind. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.